Cyber attacks against key U.S. infrastructure continue, but this time it's China. Chinese cyber attacks allegedly target U.S. power and water systems. And you know it's bad, and shit's really hit the fan now. Taiwan calls on U.S. support to defend banks against cyber attacks. Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Tuesday, December 12th, 2023, and the U.S. has just been put on notice by the CCP, and things are not looking good, folks. Shots fired, and these are the warning signs that I hope everyone's paying attention to now. And unfortunately, I suspect this is only going to get worse, with good reason too. They have provided proof and what seems to be a blueprint and outline of all the events that have happened so far and essentially what we are leading up to next. And I will save you from any spoiler alerts, but the ending is, yeah, you just have to see it for yourself. Leave the world behind. Stems from Barack Obama's production company, Higher Ground Productions, which he founded with Michelle Obama. And Higher Ground Productions entered into a partnership with Netflix to produce a variety of content, including feature films, documentaries, and series. The latest, Leave the World Behind, is one of the projects under this deal, and the Obamas, through their production company, served as producers for the film, leveraging their platform to promote and support the project. However, it's important to note that Barack Obama's role would be more executive and supportive rather than being directly involved in the day-to-day production or the creative aspects of the film. But nevertheless, we are officially at war, whether you want to admit it or not. And breaking news reports all over social media yesterday and today, getting millions of views and shares, confirm the alleged cyber attack on U.S. infrastructure by hackers affiliated with China's People's Liberation Army. And there has been plenty of speculation drawing a very concerning connection between these events, attacks, and the plot of Barack Obama's movie, Leave the World Behind. It is very eerie, folks. Now, I want to be sure to clearly express my own concern over the ongoing cyber attacks happening right now in the U.S. and urge all my subscribers to prepare for a significant crisis. The Washington Post released an article about China's cyber army infiltrating U.S. services, such as utilities and transportation, to gain leverage over the U.S. and pay very close attention to the Cyber Polygon event, which is an event where global experts simulate responses to a major cyber attack. And if we just have a look at the list of those with large influence and their involvement of influential business leaders and companies associated, for instance, like Jamie Dimon, who recently withdrew a substantial amount of cash from the economy after selling off family shares in the bank's stock. These are major events that are taking place, and I don't believe it's by accident. And I'm keeping a close eye on future trends, such as people buying properties in rural areas or seeking second passports as a response to the growing cyber threat, similar to how we saw folks building doomsday bunkers at the beginning of the C-19 pandemic. And if you haven't seen my video on Bill Gates and his land purchases and talks about the WHO and the World Health Organization's plans, then you really should watch it next. Klaus Schwab has even made reference to just how bad this is going to get and how much worse these cyber attacks will be on the world when compared to the Rona experiment and pandemic.
The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
It's going to get nuts, y'all. Banks will be at risk. Money in checking and savings may not be safe. Food supply and other essentials dried up. Critical infrastructure going offline. All forms of transportation and cargo freight through rail, semi-trucks, and commercial air travel, container ships at sea, they will all take a hit. And what's the old saying? If you can blind your enemy for a second when you're at war, then you can take out their soldiers. But if you blind them for a minute, then, well, man, it just gets really ugly at that point. So the need for individual preparedness, like managing your personal finances and backups and reserves, having emergency supplies and other items to stock up on. And if you need to, feel free, reach out. We must consider the implications of a widespread cyber event happening soon, and right before Christmas. And I just want to reiterate the importance of communication because I know that there are some folks out there who literally have no one to talk to. So I want to be there for you. This is Real Talk, guys. The list of attacks keeps growing. Ransomware gang steals 1.3 terabytes of data from SaberX-based NFT phishing attack, which causes losses of over $691,000. Ransomware gang steals 6.8 terabytes of data from the Save the Children MGM Resorts operations halted by cyber attack. CoinEx loses $70 million in cyber attack. Microsoft SaaS misconfiguration causes 38 terabyte data leak. Personal customer information exposed in T-Mobile's system glitch. Multiple hackers claim responsibility for Sony data breach. More than 3.8 billion records exposed in Darkbeam's data breach. And U.S. government officials and cybersecurity experts have raised alarms about alleged attempts by the Chinese military to infiltrate critical American infrastructure. According to a report by the Washington Post, hackers affiliated with China's People's Liberation Army have penetrated the computer systems of approximately 24 critical entities in the U.S. over the past year. These entities include a water utility in Hawaii, a major port on the West Coast, and an oil and gas pipeline, with attempts also made on the Texas power grid. The intrusions are part of a broader strategy to develop means to cause panic, chaos, and logistical disruptions in case of a war between the U.S. and China. The significance of targeting a utility in Hawaii is highlighted due to its location being home to the U.S. Pacific Fleet, which could impact troop and equipment deployment in a conflict. The attacks are not confined to the U.S., where several entities outside the country have also reportedly been targeted. While the intrusions have not yet affected the industrial control systems that operate critical functions, yet the concern remains high. This report is seen as an update to previous reports on Volt Typhoon, a China-based state-sponsored hacking group active since mid-2021, suspected of planning disruptions in U.S.-Asia communication networks. Microsoft Corporation researchers have noted that Volt Typhoon targets various sectors, including communications, manufacturing, utilities, transportation, construction, maritime, government, IT, and education. The group is known for its stealth and advanced techniques, such as using live-off-the-land binaries and hands-on keyboard activity. Their tactics involve gathering credentials, staging data for exfiltration, and maintaining access in compromised systems. A joint cybersecurity advisory was also published by the National Security Agency alongside authorities from the Five Eyes countries, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the UK, and the US, detailing the tactics, techniques, and procedures of the alleged Chinese state-sponsored attacks. Brandon Wales, executive director of the Cybersecurity and the Infrastructure Security Agency, emphasized that China's focus on compromising critical infrastructure is a notable shift from its previous concentration on political and economic espionage, suggesting a strategic move to position themselves to disrupt or destroy critical infrastructure in a conflict situation, either to hinder U.S. power projections in Asia or to cause internal chaos in the U.S., which obviously they have been reasonably successful in doing so far by way of TikTok and ByteDance and other social media platforms and strategies and techniques. Now, there's more to this and hints and clues of a glimpse of what could happen next. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news or have anyone jump in the comments and trying to rip my head off for just trying to help prepare and warn people that may not have heard, be aware, or have friends and family to talk to. This is by no means an attempt to monger fear or instigate or exaggerate breaking news headlines and increase the amount of stress, anxiety, panic, and worry on the shoulders of those who are already extremely burdened by what's going on in the world today and these alarming circumstances. But if you want more information and the ability to continue these conversations here and on upcoming live streams based on what we already know, then there are some videos that are available to you all, which will provide you with the intel that you need and will continue to take you deeper down the rabbit hole. Get ready, folks. Be prepared, guys. Stock up and stockpile the essentials. Stay safe, stay frosty, be smart, friends. Watch your six and stay tuned for more. God bless you all.
can tell you my problems, meditating my silence. But I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler.